Have you ever made the argument that a man doesn't love a woman if he sleeps with another woman?
I've heard it.
Right.
Do you believe it?
No.
I just think that men can pretty much do what they want. So I just,
But you
I
realize,
just don't know.
You realize
that.
it's the men we pick. So I feel like as women, we have to take accountability for the men we pick. So if you pick a guy that's in that top, like 5%, 1%, whatever it is, like you can't be shocked when you get cheated on. Like if you pick an NBA player, like you're gonna get cheated on.
And also as well, it's not. It's.
Most
I wouldn't
women
say.
aren't picking NBA players.
I wouldn't say it's manipulation though, in the sense
There's
that
not many in London.
I wouldn't say it's
No, they're
manipulation in the sense that the woman, you know, still has the agency to walk away if she wants. She doesn't have to. You know, he can say they're hoes and you're the queen, and she can say, well, I don't accept that phrase, so I'm going to walk away.
Totally.
I mean, nobody's stopping her from doing that. So in that sense, it's not manipulative. It's just, you know,
It is manipulative
It is.
because
It's
there's the
because
pecking
it's
But she has
order.
the freedom
And
to,
Why is the
to get out of the situation.
Okay, that's a good point. But why is the pecking order like all of society?
Because you're just lying.
No. All
Or
of society
just
is
be
pecking order.
honest.
Okay,
just
but
be honest.
I think that's.
want
think
you,
that is more honest.
and I want this girl. Don't try and be like, oh, you're the main.
But
and the
somebody
others
does
are
love
sides.
her.
But that's
Like,
true.
don't do a pyramid scheme. Literally, just say,
But it is a
I
pyramid
like
scheme.
you as well. You are fulfilling me 60%.
But it is a
And
pyramid
this one
scheme.
gives me 20, and this one gives me 10, and I've got 2 others over there, and they give me 5 each. And then let her decide.
But
But-
the reality is for a guy, there usually is one that you like more than the others.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the-
just
that's
be
the
honest.
reality.
Don't be
Yeah.
like, you're the queen and this one's just a hoe. Just be honest and be like,
you
look,
feel like-
I want to be with all of these people.
But that is
Are you
honest.
down or are you not?
I think that is honest.
That is honest. So that's you just said it all.
Yeah.
You're the queen. All those women are hoes.
But they're not.
No, seriously. No, but that is truly honest. I'm not trying to
do you,
disrespect.
okay. Do you have a problem with the words?
She
that
just
we
doesn't
use?
like the language.
I think that like don't try and degrade them and be like
Yeah,
they're
it's the
hoes.
words. Okay,
Just
so it's the
literally
words.
say
It's the
I
words.
like this girl
Yeah.
and I like to see her on a Tuesday and a Wednesday and I like to see this one on a Friday. But I like to see you the most of the time.
Let me propose something. What if instead of him saying queens and hoes, he said queens and princesses?
No, that's
That's
That
degrading
wouldn't
to
work.
those
I feel
princesses.
like that's a bit dodgy.
degrading?
Personally, I
it
would
dodgy?
be like, that's a bit dodgy. Like, so I'm the queen and then you have princesses. Our kids should be the princes and
No,
princesses.
okay, that's too-
That's where I would go with that. But just be honest and say what you're after.
queens
There's
and
another
beauties.
woman.
Yeah, just say I've got
Beauties.
other women
There's
and then
another
we can
woman.
decide. Just be
You don't need to give
honest.
them a name.
You know, I don't.
The nameless amorphous glob.
Let me get this right. You're affected by the wording. So if someone was to change the wording, they'd be able to manipulate you into believing.
no,
that
just
I
be
think
honest.
The wording has connotations, like really negative connotations, and most times when people have actual marital relationship, sex, or what that is, it's not necessarily a woman who is. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's anything wrong with her.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I
She's
mean?
still a
She
woman.
has, like, you know. So
You know
why
what? You know what?
put
I
her
think.
in
You
that
know.
category?
I think the
It's
reason
not
why.
respectful.
Sorry to cut you off.
That's okay.
I think the reason why a lot of men will use this different kind of verbiage is from their to get rid of societal guilt. Because men, and you mentioned this before, you said something along the lines of, you know, do you think society has this sort of impression on men? I think men are under a lot more pressure to feel guilt for quote unquote cheating
Okay.
than women are. I think they have programmed from day one, from things, let's say, from obviously religious
the
things.
equivalent of women cheating, you say men have more, like, feeling more guilt.
Oh yes, I think the average man, like the men on this panel are kind of an exception to this rule.
Okay.
But I think the average man would feel a tremendous amount of guilt at even thinking about sleeping with another woman if he had a woman he's in love with.
So when you say all men cheat, though, like, but you're also saying that they feel a tremendous amount of guilt. So what you're saying is they cheat and they just feel a tremendous.
I'm not saying they all cheat.
They
I'm
all
saying-
have the propensity to cheat.
Yeah.
They want to. They have the desire, the
Right.
urge. It's in them. It's bio, that lust, right? Men, there's one thing that no woman can give a man, unfortunately. And that one thing is variety. We're biologically programmed to want variety.
But-
and as beautiful as you are, as amazing as you are, as good of a mother as you are,
could be the prettiest woman
you
in the
could be
world.
the biggest sweetheart in the world, do everything for me. At some point, I'm still going to want to have sex with some strange on the side. Eventually, at some point.
She didn't even have to be that pretty.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It
that's
literally
true.
doesn't matter.
That was the worst day when I realized I had to worry about the ugly girls too.
Yeah, bro.
I was like, the
They're
audacity.
everywhere.
The audacity.
I also want to get to Lula's point in
Love
as
that.
well. Yeah.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Yeah, it's really interesting what you're all saying because from my personal experience here, like with my partner is out of town tonight. And for me, like I'm in the best way I can be, like I'm aware that I probably am not the only woman in his life. I feel like I'm gonna well up like when I say that, but it's the truth. And he yeah, like he's to me the most amazing guy I'm ever gonna get. Will be approaching 40, a few years to go. And if I think that I'm gonna have this guy all to myself, he's my age as well. He's of high status. He does really well for himself. He cares about me. He provides for me. He gives me a really, really good life. I'd be like crazy to think that I'm going to be the only one. It's just not possible.
You know what's even interesting about that is you don't even know.
I don't. Yeah, this
You've got
is
no
another
idea.
thing.
It's
I don't
purely.
know. He does not mention this. I don't talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what I was going to ask.
But this is a little bit of a lesson for the men watching. Like, it's not even a fact. It's the potential of him being able to cheat. And a large part of that also comes into the play when you just told us that he's a man of status, he's high value, he's well-to-do, right? Lives in a good place. We know that already. We talked about this before, right? And if he was the opposite of that, if he was some schlub, didn't make any money, dressed badly, oh, I'm going to like Birmingham for the weekend, you probably wouldn't be worried, would you?
I wouldn't be with him.
Exactly.
I don't know. There's some hoes in Birmingham, though, man.
Yeah. You know what she would probably do? She'd probably leave him for cheating.
Bingo.
Women do it all the time.
If he was lower.
If he was lower.
She would cheat on him first.
Yep.
Which is way more likely.
Yep.
I mean, it's kind of like I think girls, if they know they get a guy of a certain status, will look the other way, and it's kind of as long as they're not embarrassed publicly.
Like what you said.
And personally, like I wouldn't want to be with a cheater. That's not my thing. But I understand the mentality of like wanting to do that.
But there's
I
a
think-
major. Go ahead.
I sorry. I was just going to say. I think it's people will often talk about France, and they'll talk about how in France there's all these affairs going on, but it's always sort of secret and it's unspoken. And it's like Tallulah just described. You know, they don't talk about it. It's not something that's overt. It's something that's sort of